Watch what just happened. I dropped a scanned invoice, a photo, into a chat box. 3 seconds later, the model handed back clean, structured data. The vendor name, the amount, the due date, ready to paste straight into a spreadsheet. No manual typing, no separate tool. One model, one request. That's Gemini 2.5 Flash actually being used the way it's meant to be used, not just chatted with. Most people open this model, type a question, get an answer, and never touch 90% of what it can actually do. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to feed it documents, images, and even video, how to make it reason before it answers instead of guessing, and the one setting almost everyone leaves misconfigured, the setting that quietly wastes both your time and your daily quota. Before we go further, tap like on this video. Drop a comment with the word Flash so I know you're following along, and hit subscribe. Do that now because the next part moves fast and you don't want to lose your place. Here's why this particular model is worth learning properly instead of treating it like a search box. Gemini 2.5 Flash isn't a single-purpose chatbot. It's a multimodal reasoning engine built to accept text, images, video, audio, and full documents in the same request, and it can hold over 1 million tokens of context at once, which is roughly the length of several long novels. That combination, huge context plus native multimodal input plus built-in reasoning, is what lets it do things a plain chat model simply can't. Skim a 100-page report and answer questions about page 73. Watch a video clip and describe what happened at a specific moment. Look at a messy, handwritten form and turn it into clean data. Understanding that this is a reasoning engine, not a chat toy, changes how you should be prompting it. Let's start with the interface, then move into the techniques that actually matter. Open Google AI Studio and start a new chat. Set the model selector to Gemini 2.5 Flash. Right next to that selector, you'll find a small panel labeled Thinking. This is the first thing most people ignore, and it's the first thing you should understand. Gemini 2.5 Flash can reason internally before producing its final answer, working through steps the way you would on scratch paper before writing a final response. For simple tasks, a quick summary, a short rewrite, basic formatting, that reasoning step is unnecessary overhead. For harder tasks, multi-step math, debugging logic, comparing several documents, that same reasoning step is the difference between a shallow answer and a genuinely correct one. You control this through something called a thinking budget, which sets how much internal reasoning the model is allowed to do before responding. Leave it low or off for quick, simple requests. Raise it for anything that requires actual multi-step logic. Now let's talk about feeding it real material, because this is where the model earns its keep. Click the attachment icon in AI Studio and upload a file. It can be an image, a PDF, an audio clip, or a video. Once it's attached, write your instruction the same way you'd brief a sharp analyst who just walked into the room and hasn't seen the file yet. Tell it exactly what you want extracted, summarized, or evaluated. Vague requests produce vague answers. Specific requests produce specific, usable ones. Instead of writing, "Tell me about this document," write, "List every dollar amount mentioned in this document along with the sentence it appears in." That single change in phrasing is often the entire difference between a mediocre response and one you can actually use without editing. Let's walk through a real example, start to finish. Say you've got a product photo and you want ad copy generated directly from it, matched to the item's actual visible features, not a generic template. Upload the photo, then write something like, "Describe the 3 most visually distinct features of this product," then write 2 short ad headlines that lead with those features specifically. The model looks at the actual image, not a text description of it, and grounds its output in what's really there: the color, the material, the shape, details a generic prompt would never capture. That's the core skill. Feed it the real material, ask for something specific, and let the multimodal input do the heavy lifting your prompt alone never could. Now, the mistake, and this one costs people real time and real quota, so pay attention. People upload full-resolution, multi-minute videos or dozens of high-resolution images for tasks that only needed a single frame or a cropped detail. Every piece of media you attach gets converted into tokens, and video in particular can consume an enormous number of tokens per minute of footage. Attach a 10-minute video when you only needed to ask about one specific scene, and you'll burn through a meaningful chunk of your token allowance and get a slower response for information you could have gotten by trimming the clip first or attaching a still frame instead. The fix is simple. Before attaching anything, ask yourself what specific moment, page, or region actually contains the answer, and trim your input down to that. A 30-second clip beats a 10-minute upload every time your question only concerns one moment. A cropped screenshot beats a full-page scan when you only need one paragraph. Precise input is not just faster, it also produces sharper, more focused answers, because the model isn't wading through irrelevant material to find what matters. Next, let's cover structured output, because this is what turns Gemini from a chatbot that writes paragraphs into a tool your other software can actually use. By default, the model replies in free-flowing text, fine for reading, useless for feeding into a spreadsheet or an app. Instead, you can tell it exactly what shape you want the answer to take. Ask it to respond only in a specific format. For example, return the result as a list of items, each with a name, a price, and a category, and nothing else. Set that expectation clearly, and the model will match it consistently, giving you output your own code or a spreadsheet formula can parse without any manual cleanup. This is exactly how that invoice example from the start of this video worked. The instruction wasn't read this invoice, it was extract the vendor name, total amount, and due date from this document and return only those three fields, clearly labeled. Specific request, structured field, clean result, every single time. Now let's cover tool use, one of the most underused features on the free tier. Gemini 2.5 Flash can be given access to tools mid-conversation, like running actual code to verify a calculation or searching the web for information beyond its training data. If you ask it something time-sensitive, current prices, recent scores, this week's news, and grounding isn't enabled, it may answer confidently using outdated internal knowledge and sound just as certain as if it were correct. Enabling the search grounding option changes that behavior entirely. The model checks live information before answering and often shows you the sources it pulled from, so you're not just trusting a guess dressed up as a fact. For anything time-sensitive, always check whether grounding is turned on before you trust the answer.
For anything involving numbers that need to be exactly right, like financial totals or unit conversions, let the model use code execution rather than doing the arithmetic purely in its head, since that tool actually runs the calculation instead of estimating it. Let's put several of these pieces together in one workflow, because seeing them combined is where this really clicks. Imagine you're handed a folder of scanned receipts at the end of a trip and you need an expense report by tomorrow morning. Upload one receipt image. Set your thinking budget to a moderate level, since reading distorted handwriting benefits from a bit of extra reasoning. Instruct the model to extract the merchant, date, amount, and category returned in a clean, structured format. Repeat that same instruction across each receipt. Within minutes, you have a structured table ready to paste into a spreadsheet built from actual photos, with almost none of the manual data entry that used to eat up an entire evening. That's not a hypothetical use case, that's a real task, solved with three features working together: multimodal input, precise instructions, and structured output. One more habit worth building, because it separates people who get consistently useful results from people who get lucky sometimes. Use a system instruction to set the model's role and constraints once at the start of a session, instead of repeating the same context in every single message. Tell it upfront the tone you want, the format you expect, and any rules it should always follow, and it will apply that consistently across the whole conversation without you having to restate it every time. This alone eliminates a huge amount of repetitive prompting, and it's one of the fastest ways to get results that feel tailored rather than generic. I test new AI deals every week. If a new free method comes out, you'll see it here first. That's not a generic sign-off, that's genuinely why this channel exists. Google adjusts these features constantly. Thinking budgets get retuned, new tools get added to the model, and the techniques that work best shift every few months, quietly, without any announcement most people ever see. Subscribing means you catch those shifts early while they're still useful, instead of months later when everyone else has already figured it out. You now know how to feed this model real material instead of vague text, how to control its reasoning instead of letting it guess, and how to pull structured, usable results out of it instead of paragraphs you have to clean up by hand. Open your next task, pick one real file sitting on your desktop right now, and try this on it before you close this tab.